on to your butts.
Falcons Nation, Rise Up Nation, it's your boy Jazzy Jeff, real talk, no gimmicks. And I'm back at you with one of my favorite segments called The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly, the New York Jets edition. And before I start my segment, I would like to explain that if you are in the good, bad, or ugly, it does not mean you're permanently in that spot. You can move up, you can move down. This is a week-by-week basis when I do this. So hold on to your butts, don't get all excited, don't jump down my throat. Let me explain first, okay? So, first we're going to start with the good. And number one is Desmond Trufant. So before I start this, I want to apologize. That's right, Jazzy Jeff is apologizing to Mad Mike Sports. If y'all don't know, me and him for a long time have gone back and forth about Desmond Trufant. Does he suck? Is he still good? Is he living off his name? Is he a baller? I'm not sure. Mad Mike is a big supporter of Desmond Trufant, and I've always been real hard on him. But today, I got to apologize. I got to eat my crow. I got to be objective, and I got to admit that Desmond Trufant had a great game. Amongst all that preseason bullshit, Desmond Trufant had a good game. He was locking people up. He had one pass deflection, 5 total tackles. They were all solo, and 1 tackle for a loss on a key third down when he tackled Quincy Enunwa in man coverage. He showed great play recognition, and I can't believe this man was actually tackling. Usually I see him one-arm tackling, and it pisses me off in years past. So I'm sorry, Mike. I apologize. You were right about him this time, so I am putting him in my good category for this week. Moving on. Number 2, I got to give it back to my man, Ito Smith. I think he saw Brian Hill taking away his thunder, and he said, nah, man, wait a minute. Hold my beer. I can still do this shit. So, Ito Smith, he's in my good category. 5 carries, 15 yards, a touchdown, and he also caught the ball at the backfield. 3 receptions for 45 yards. He was a dual threat. He looked more decisive, and Brian Hill struggled all night, but we'll get into that a little later. So, Ito Smith, you are back up in my good category. Keep doing it, bro. Number 3, and I can't believe I am doing this. I bashed this man for a week and a half, but I gotta be fair, because this is the good, and that's right, I'm taking Matt Schaub out of his doghouse. I'm unpacking his bags. Hey, man, you can stay a little. It's okay. You can stay a little. Matt Schaub is in my good category. He led a 2-minute drive down the field. He actually stopped Greg Williams' blitzes with they went no huddle, and Matt Schaub actually was handling the pressure. He went 8 for 10 for 76 yards, and that led to Ito Smith's touchdown. So shout out to Matt Schaub. I killed you last week, but you bounced back this week, so you in my good listing. Thank you. Number 4, and I know this might seem weird, but I'm actually going to give it to Matt Ryan. Why? Because he battled all night long. We'll get into why he struggled, but he still came out with 10 for 14, 118 yards. He should have had a touchdown, but someone dropped it. We'll get into that later. I thought at the beginning, when they actually blocked for him, he was finding people. He looked smooth. He looked accurate. He hit Calvin Ridley for a 27-yard pass down the field. So I have no worries about Matt Ryan. He will be fine when all the starters join him. So shout outs to Matt Ryan. Number 5. This is not a big deal to some people, but it's a big deal to me. Rico, Keanu Neal, and Duke Riley all returned from injury. It almost brought a tear to my eyes seeing Rico come back after watching his mini-series on YouTube. If you haven't checked it out, go to Atlanta Falcons YouTube. Ricardo Allen, The Comeback, Part 2 on that series. Man, that part is so good. Watch that. Number 6, I got to give it to the backup tight end, Jaden Graham. 4 catches for 55 yards. Obviously, we just traded Eric Sauber, so it's good to see Jaden Graham stepping up in his increased snaps. He looked good. He actually led our team in receiving. So shout out to Jaden Graham. You did your thing. Salute. Honorable mentions. I got to give an honorable mention to Tyler Davidson. He looked good in interior defense run stopping. I believe he had 2 tackles, and this guy, he penetrates. I mean, he gets in the backfield and swallows people up. I can't wait to see what the starting unit's going to look like with Grady and Bailey and them boys. So shouts out to Tyler Davidson. You made an honorable mention, man. Of course, my dog, Quadre, 9 carries for 44 yards, led all backs in rushing. Man, I just love seeing this dude run. I'm sorry, I get a little biased because he makes me remind me of Michael Turner, the burner, and that's my man. So I shout out to Quadre. I wish he gets more opportunities, but hey, it's a doggy-dog world, and we have a lot of backs back there. So shout out to Quadre, honorable mention. Another one, obviously, I'm going to give it back to Calvin Ridley. He looked good. He looked crisp. He caught the ball. He was fast. He looked explosive. Can't wait to see what he looks like with Julio Jones back on the field. I have no problem with Calvin. I don't see anything to worry about. He's doing good. All right, now we're going to creep into my bad category. Devondre Campbell. I have him number 1 because he blew the contain that gave up the rushing touchdown to Ty Montgomery. Now, I asked this to Falcons Nation. Do you guys think Devondre Campbell's roster spot is safe? Or do you think that someone can actually step up and take his spot? Obviously, we've moved to a 3-4, which is more linebackers, which puts more pressure on Devondre Campbell to perform because other linebackers are right and willing there to take his spot. We got Jermaine Grace. He's playing great, and a few others coming up. So, Falcons Nation, let me know in the comment section below. Are you worried about Devondre Campbell? Number 2, I'm going to have to say is missed tackles. Rico missed a tackle. Devondre missed a tackle. I believe KZ missed a tackle before he got hurt. And that's something we need to shore up. I only put it in my bad category because we can fix that. Missed tackles are fixable. That's all about effort. So once we fix that, we'll be straight. I'm not really worried about that. Number 3 in my bad category, I was thinking about putting him in ugly, but I decided it's too early. It's too early to kill this man. So Giorgio Tavecchio, you are in my bad category this week. Dog, you was 1 for 3 in kicking, and your longest was a 24. Outside of that, you was missing everything. Last year, you didn't miss a kick when you stepped in for Matt Bryant. I don't know what's happening, Falcons Nation. Do you think it's too early to give up on Tavecchio, or you think, man, let's call Matt Bryant up right now on the phone and sign him? Tell me what you think in the comment section below. All right, honorable mention, Brian Hill. The man was subpar, man. I thought for the past couple weeks, Brian Hill had a solid clench on the backup running job behind Free, but now he's looking a little shaky. This game, he kind of lost his spot, especially with that drop touchdown pass, man. Right, Matt Ryan threw it right in his hands, dropped a dime, and Brian Hill dropped it. Falcons Nation, do you think that he has lost his backup spot behind Free because Ito has submerged again, or do you think that it's too early to tell and the battle is still on? Let me know in the comment section. All right, moving on to the goddamn ugly. And y'all already know what number 1 is on my ugly list. I got to put it up there. The offensive line. Oh, my God. Matt Ryan was sacked 5 times, and he was hit 14 times. I could have sworn we drafted 2 starting offensive linemen in the draft. Oh, yeah, one's injured, and Chris Lindstrom, my dog, he's been playing well, but he got blown by on one of them, got Matt Ryan sacked. So, hey, you got to call it like you see it. He's got to work on that. It looked ugly, but I think it's fixable. But we're not going to just pound on him because Wes Schweitzer at center, backing up Alex Mack, he looked ugly, man. He could not handle the interior pressure. And also, Ty Sambrailo, I know a lot of people killing him, so that's another one, man. Falcons Nation, tell me, do you think that Ty Sambrailo played so bad that McGrary might look even better now by default when he returns? Or do you think that Ty Sambrailo still should be ahead of McGrary when he returns? Let me know in the comment section below. I can't wait now to see what McGrary can do because Sambrailo's looking so bad, man. I'm worried. Hopefully McGurry can play better than that, because that was sad, man. That was real sad. All right, what else I got? Number two on my ugly list has to be the injuries. This is why I hate preseason, man. Kendall Sheffield pulls a hamstring running downfield covering a kick. Unbelievable. Russell Gage carted off with a leg injury, came down real hard on a catch, man. This kid catches everything. And I know that sometimes, the easier catch is better, but he always tries to make spectacular catches, and he just happened to come down wrong, and he hurt his leg, man. So I hope Gage can recover real quick. And then also, obviously, DeMonte KC looked like he hurt his ribs. It kind of looked like he got the wind taken out of him, but then he was holding his ribs a little more. But Coach Dan Quinn said that he actually grabbed his helmet and was trying to come back in, the lobby to come back in, but the trainers thought it'd be best to take him back in the tunnel. So hopefully they're okay. There was an updated report that none of the players had any broken bones, so that's good news to hear. So I don't need to see any of them the rest of the preseason. Heal up, and let's get ready for week 1 in Minnesota. And number 3 is not really a big deal, but I put it on the ugly list because I felt like they wasted Matt Ryan's efforts, man. He was gutty out there, man. He was battling. He had 2 touchdowns dropped, one by Hardy, one by Bryant Hill. And I felt like his stat line would look so much better if they just caught those 2 passes. He would have had a perfect completion percentage, and he would have had a touchdown on his day before he left. And I felt like I should have put on here coaching, because they left Matt Ryan in way too long for my liking. Falcons Nation, tell me, should Matt Ryan have been pulled a long time ago? If you thought he should have been pulled, what quarter should Matt Ryan have been pulled? Because obviously, Greg Williams was sending the blitzes left and right. And we all know how Greg Williams gets down. Does anyone forget Bountygate? Does anyone forget that? Does anyone know this man's pedigree? I know we don't scheme for preseason because it's preseason, but shouldn't we? I mean, the common person should know, hey, we're playing against Greg Williams. Maybe we should have hot reads in here. Maybe we should get the ball out quicker, more screens, because this guy is trying to kill us. He's actually trying in preseason. So, Falcons Nation, tell me what you think. Do you think it's just, Jazzy Jeff is preseason, man, shit happens, it's whatever? Or do you think, hey, we probably should have been a little more ready for Greg Williams and his bullshit? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, Falcons Nation, rise up. I appreciate you liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'll be here all season. Next week, I believe we are playing Jacksonville Jaguars, and this is a game where we play starters most of the time, and we got to be ready because the Jaguars have a lot of good defensive players. So if we don't want Matt Ryan to get hurt going into Minnesota week 1, we should probably block for him. That'd be a good idea. He's our $100 million man. All right, guys, take care. Rise up.